Hey everyone, it's Louis7 and today we're talking about the Corsair class in LOTRO. If you are a fan of pirates or just love the idea of being a daring adventurer on the high seas, then you're going to want to hear about this class. The Corsairs, of course, are seafaring raiders from Umbar, a city on the southern coast of Middle-earth who have been causing trouble for Gondor for ages, and now they are bringing their skills and daring to LOTRO. One of the most important parts about the Corsair is its inspiration and lore. Corsairs are known as seafaring raiders who ply the waters around the coasts of Gondor and Rohan. Corsairs are a dangerous and unpredictable force, feared by many around the lands of Umbar. But as a free people's class, the Corsair is inspired by none other than the famous Grimlock, a friendly half-orc Corsair. But before we talk more about Grimlock, first we should cover the Corsair gameplay. The Corsair class in LOTRO takes on a variety of characteristics based on their portrayal in the Lord of the Rings lore and previous interpretations in the game right now. Corsairs are known for their skill with ranged weapons like bows and crossbows, as well as their proficiency in hand-to-hand combat. The Corsair class therefore has a balanced skill set that allows them to deal damage at both short and long ranges. Corsairs are also known for their agility and speed, which allows them to evade enemy attacks and strike from unexpected angles. The Corsairs then have the ability to enhance their movement speed and new mechanics that allow them to leap, roll, or dash out of harm's way. Corsairs are also skilled at disrupting enemy formations and weakening foes with debuffs like poisons and diseases. Thus, the Corsair has abilities that stun, slow, and weaken their enemies, making them easier to defeat. But in addition to their combat prowess, Corsairs are known for their ability to inspire and rally their allies in battle. The Corsair class can boost allies' damage output or provide healing and protective effects. And finally, Corsairs are seafarers and pirates at heart, and their abilities are reflected with this theme. For example, Corsairs have abilities that allow them to fire cannons and harpoons from their ship, and yes, even summon sea monsters to attack their enemies. Overall, the Corsair class in LOTRO is versatile and dynamic that combines ranged and melee combat with crowd control and support abilities. As far as the armor and weapons, the Corsairs are going to look seriously cool. They'll be decked out in a mix of leather and plate armor with a variety of different weapons to choose from, including swords, axes, maces, and more. Because you know, those are the weapons of a pirate. But what you will see in all of these themes is that they represent Grimlock, the famous friendly half-orc Corsair who is the inspiration of the Corsair class. So everybody who's familiar with Lord of the Rings lore of course knows about Grimlock. But for anybody that doesn't know, growing up Grimlock had always felt like an outsider and had to learn how to fend for himself. He quickly found out the best way to do this was to become a pirate. Grimlock ended up joining the Corsairs of Umbar, who are a notorious group of seafaring raiders who sailed the waters around Gondor and Rohan. And as a member of the Corsairs, he found himself to be a fierce fighter, and his skills in naval warfare actually became legendary among his crewmates. But despite his fearsome reputation and what you might see with him in battle, he actually had a kind heart. Grimlock saw the suffering and poverty of the people that he raided, and he couldn't help but feel guilty. He knew that what he was doing wrong, but he did not actually know how to break free from the Corsairs' hold. Until one day, that all changed when Grimlock met a group of adventurers from Middle-earth. At first, he saw them as an easy target for his raids, but he actually got to know them, and from them, he began to see that there was more to life than plundering and pillaging. Personally, I don't buy it. But these adventurers were kind to Grimlock despite his fearsome reputation, and they welcomed him into their group. For the first time in his life, Grimlock felt like he belonged somewhere. And because of this, he began to question his loyalty to the Corsairs. He saw the destruction and suffering that they caused, and he just knew he couldn't be a part of it anymore. So he made the decision to leave the Corsairs behind. Of course, this was a difficult decision because the Corsairs are dangerous, and he would be treated as a traitor from his former crewmates. But he just couldn't live with the guilt of what he had done. So Grimlock ended up joining these adventurers on their journey through Middle-earth, and he quickly became a valuable member of their group. While journeying with the ring, his skills in naval warfare proved invaluable as they crossed rivers and lakes, and his fearsome reputation kept enemies at bay, or probably land. But anyway, over time, Grimlock's reputation as a friendly half-orc began to spread throughout Middle-earth. People who did once fear him now actually welcomed him with open arms, and he soon became known as a hero among the common folk. One of his biggest recent achievements was actually saving the hobbits of the Shire, but that is a tale for another day. So what you will find is that Grimlock's journey wasn't easy, but it was worth it. He found a group of people who accepted him for who he was, and he discovered that there was more to life than violence and greed. As he sailed across the seas of Middle-earth, Grimlock knew that he had finally found his true calling. He was no longer a pirate, but a protector of the innocent and a friend to all who needed him. And that is what you see with the Corsair class in LOTRO that is inspired by Grimlock. They are not pirate corsairs, but they are protector corsairs of the free peoples. And all in all, I'm really excited about the Corsair class, and I think it's a lot of fun and excitement for LOTRO. But what do you think? Are you looking forward to playing as a swashbuckling pirate in Middle-earth? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching.